In our practice, in our industry, we certainly see that succession planning complications really come from those family systems that maybe are a little unhealthy or
Mhm.
just at least not identified and not discussed, which rely
Mhm.
so heavily on expectation, which is why it's so important to sit with an advisor to actually have those types of discussions of, hold on, what's actually happening here? What's the intention? And what are the expectations from all of the parties involved? I think there's been a real shift between financial independence and family expectations. So I'd love to know more about your thoughts on that in terms of certain generations, for example, who may not have that maturity from a psychological standpoint to really bridge that gap between the two.
One word I'd use is that it does come back to this idea of values, that really families are talking about what their shared values are. And if they haven't done that, then you might see those discrepancies where expectations are, hey, we really always valued education, but now my child, I've transferred this wealth and they're not paying for their kids' colleges. It might create conflict. Again, talking about values, not that you have to have the same values, but really understanding one another's values so that those expectations aren't really destroyed and then that conflict ensues. It's always going to be about having those conversations and really identifying where those strain is or those differences are and not having it come to where someone passes away and then it's estate planning that gets really
Mhm.
messy or where the inheritance happens and everything goes awry. So I think having the conversations about values.
Conversation around wealth transfer is another conversation that nobody wants to have, but it's obviously equally as important as any other topic.